Hello and welcome to Family Giving Tree's webinar on how to create a virtual Giving Tree fundraising page on classy.org. My name is Heather and I am the Drive Leader Coordinator here at Family Giving Tree. I want to thank you all so much for taking the time to learn a little bit more about your fundraising page and work with us here. I just want to confirm, first of all, that all of you can see or hear. So if you only have one or the other, you should have a chat functionality on your screen. That's also how you're going to ask questions. But if you're having any issues right now, if you could just chat with us right now and we can try and sort that out. So I'll wait a minute to see if we have any responses. Great, it looks like everyone is on board and all set. So just a little bit of our itinerary and what we're going to be going through here in our agenda. This webinar should take about 20 minutes, our program here, and then at the end we'll have plenty of time for questions. So if you have any questions, once again, that chat feature is the best way to reach us. You can wait for us to have the specific moments of pause for those questions, or you can chirp in at any time with anything that may come up. And so I'm also here, I'm joined by Amelia. She's the development associate, so she'll be walking you through exactly how this all works and all the technicalities of making your own tree. We're hoping to have cover these topics. We're going to utilize the admin feature and teach you how to do that. We're hoping to navigate through all the fundraising page has to offer and how to edit and customize your page. And then at the very end, I'm going to be covering how to share your fundraising efforts. So that's our schedule, and those are the main points and what we're hoping to cover. I also want to point out that throughout this presentation, we are targeting two groups. So even if you've been with a Drive Leader for this is your first year or you've been with us for many years, we're going to be using the terms pre-existing and new. So by that, I don't mean how long you've actually been a Drive Leader, but I mean how long you've been using the Classy fundraising page. So if this is your first year using the Classy fundraising page, we might refer to you as new, and you might want to take those directions that Amelia points out. But if you're someone that was with us last year using the same fundraising page, then you'll be pre-existing. So with that, I'm turning it over to Amelia.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Amelia with Family Giving Tree. As Heather said, I'm the Development Associate, and I'm going to be walking you through how to set up your individual fundraising page on Classy for your virtual giving tree. There are two ways that you can access Classy. One is through our website. If you click our Donate Now button, it will go to the campaign page, or you can go through classy.org, and that is the way we're going to be showing you how to get it set up today. So you'll start off by clicking, putting classy.org in your URL. And then you're going to look for the search button in the upper right-hand corner next to the login. You're going to click on that. And then you're going to go into the search box and search for Family Giving Tree. It's always best to search for the organization since campaigns tend to have similar names. And so this just assures us that you'll get to our organization and our campaign will pop up. So once you see that page, you will scroll down and find 2016 Back to School Drive. And if you end up searching for that, make sure you add in those dashes because it won't come up unless you have it exactly as you see it on the screen. So you'll click on that, and you'll see the campaign fundraising page. Now for new Classy users, you are going to want to hit the Become a Fundraiser button, and that is going to prompt you to create an account. And you're going to put in your name and all of your information there, and that's going to help you create an account which will allow you to create the individual fundraising page. We're using individual fundraising pages this year instead of teams as a way to really streamline this process and make our fundraising efforts easy for you as well as for us. But for this webinar, we're going to be going and setting it up as if you were a pre-existing user. So if you're a pre-existing user, you'll look in the upper right-hand corner and click on the Login button. And there you will be prompted to fill in your information. So you'll use the email and the password that you set up when you first created your account with Classy when setting up your virtual giving tree. And there you will have your page set up. So what you'll do is you will go into the Edit Your Page tab right here, and you will fill in your information. So for example, our presenting sponsor this year, Texas Instruments, would say your fundraising name is Texas Instruments. And then you'll enter the title page, and that would be Texas Instruments at Back to School, Texas Instruments Back to School 2016. You would obviously put your organization name. And then you would put in your fundraising goal. So a good indicator of what you can raise this year is if you are a pre-existing user or have used Classy before, is to put in the amount that you raised last year. That's usually a good indicator of what you can raise this year. Or you can challenge yourself by adding 10% to that if you want to really encourage people to go that extra mile in fundraising and making an even greater impact. The end date, you'll put as when you want to stop fundraising, and that will be September 13th, I believe. And then you will customize your URL. So for Texas Instruments, capital BTS 2016. And that's just to make it easy on your end so that people will recognize that your URL is attached to this campaign. And then from there, you will be able to upload your logo. We actually recommend that the logo be 186 pixels by 186 pixels. That usually has the best resolution for you. And that's what we have found to work in the past. You'll also be able to personalize your message, so you can add those personal touches of what you raised last year, how your employees felt about giving back, testimonials from why you give and why you support Family Giving Tree's Back to School drive. You can also add in images at this point. So if you had an image or a picture of people volunteering with us, you would choose that file. And then you would hit the send it to the server. Now that will place your picture into the text, and then once you have made the adjustments that you feel are necessary with that, you can click OK, and it will be uploaded right into your message, so people will have a visual and of past experiences. You will also at this time be able to personalize your thank you email to donors. And this is just another way to really add in your voice and your organization's voice of why you give back and thanking the people who donate to you. And it really just adds an extra something, you know, it gives that personal touch and really brings that authenticity for why you give, and helps bring the reasons why you give and relate them to your fellow coworkers or whoever you choose to share the page with. Then once you have made all of those changes, you can update your page. And then you're done. A special notice is that any pictures that you choose to upload, we've found that the ideal size is 590 pixels by 372 pixels, so just keep out for that. That really just kind of gives you the best resolution in that space on your page. Also, for new users or any pre-existing users who this may come up for, if you get prompted to join a team, you can ignore that for the simple reason that for this drive we are not doing teams. and are only utilizing the individual fundraising pages with Classy for this drive, making it a little bit easier for you, a little bit easier for us on both of our ends to really achieve our goals. So once you have your page set up, if you scroll down, you'll see under tabs you can update people. You are also able to track donations. So if you hit the donation tab, you will be able to see who has given and send them messages, personalized messages, thanking people, and communicating how they're impacting the lives of low-income children in the Bay Area. And this is a really good way for you to see who has or has not given based off of your interactions. And it's always good to kind of just monitor your page and keep it updated. A freshly updated page always seems to do better because those people are really invested and people get excited when they see changes happening after they donate. So go over to extra tips and tricks on making your drive extra successful. Thank you again for joining us.
Great, thanks, Amelia. I hope that you all were able to either follow along and maybe even start your own page while Amelia was going through her explanation of it all, or perhaps you've just taken notes and you can go back to this. We will have this recorded and available on our website, and so maybe you've just gotten some good ideas on how to personalize your page. So yeah, like Amelia said, I just want to share with you some tips for success and maybe some tricks and ideas on now that you have your page set up, or at least you know how to, where to go from here. So as a peer-to-peer fundraising page, I think a great first way to do this and share your page is through social media. So you can see here on your actual page itself, you have the opportunity to tweet it out, to like, to share, to email. And so those buttons right there are very easy to use. You can just click on it and it will prompt you right to your Facebook page, and you can log in either through your personal account or through your company account, depending on where and how you want to share it. So that's a great first step on just making sure people know that this page is live and active and that they are able to donate. Of course, you can always just copy the URL, and with that you can either put it into your posts, put it into your social media, your tweets, whatever it may be. But you can also put it into your internal messaging systems and intranet, any emails that you're sending. A great suggestion that I like is that if you want to include this link in your email signature, that's a really great way for just daily interactions, folks to realize that this page is existing, it's live, it's active, they're able to donate. It really makes sure that people are staying excited about it. And as Amelia said, as long as you're keeping it fresh and updated, then that's a really great way to keep folks updated on what exactly you're doing here with the campaign. So if you want to include in your email signature, as I mentioned, another great idea is if you have a front desk or somewhere that you can put a printout. You can always print our logo. Folks might ask you why it's there. You can print out posters. If you go onto our website, which is familygivingtree.org, you can see us here. If you go under the Back to School Drive, and then you go down to Resources and Info, there we have a page that's all set up for you to print posters or print anything extra that you may need. You can scroll down here and it says the Drive Leader Resources for Back to School. Here we are. Great. So as you can see, we are still in the process of updating those. So we do have that announcement letter for 2016. So that's all set and ready to go. That would be my next suggestion. If you have an intranet or email capabilities to your column, that sample announcement is really great. So we can give you a look here to see what it is. It's just a Microsoft Word file, and so you can go in, personalize it. It just gives you some good verbiage and good ideas on who Family Giving Tree is in our own words, and then also some more information on where the backpack cards and supplies are if you're running a physical drive, and also for the virtual giving tree here, you can insert your link. So that's a great way to start if you are looking for stitching. Along just on that website, we do have all the 2015 materials out, so if you want to print those today, then you're welcome to start. If you want to wait until mid-June, we will have 2016 all updated and ready to go. So just printing those or emailing them, sharing them with friends and family is a great way. If you have a sales team, you could invite them to share these pages with their clients. So that way they can, share the goodwill, and you can see where you can donate online on your virtual giving tree. If you are a social organization, a group, and you're doing a newsletter, you can always add that in there. But yeah, just making sure that this link is well circulated and well communicated is going to make sure that your page is successful. So now we want to go on to, you've shared it, you've liked it, you've commented, everyone knows about your page, they've all been donating and you're doing really well. But now the really important part is actually maintaining that and tracking your donations. And so this is really important as a peer-to-peer. This page, people know that it's directly from you, and they know that you are acting as an ambassador for Family Giving Tree, and they're going to be curious to kind of find out, make sure that their donation was accepted and hear back from you, and pass along the message that we would say, which would just be thank you. And so here you have the opportunity, if you scroll down on your page, you can see that through donations, you can actually comment and you can thank the donor. So this is really an easy way just to write a sentence or two and individually, personally reach out to every single person that donates on your page. I highly recommend just being able to track these donations, staying in touch with who's visited your page and who's been able to donate. It really motivates people. They feel closer to the mission and more related to the goal of everything. And so even if you can check your page just once a week to make sure you're staying on top of all that activity, then that's going to be really successful for you. So thanking all of your donors is very important. People respond really well when they feel appreciated. You can also see that we have the great tool of when Amelia helps you set your goal, then you'll see it shows up in this thermometer. So I would say about halfway through your campaign or on the later half of your campaign, you can start changing your messaging. And instead of introducing your campaign, you can kind of start reminding folks that it's there. And so you can send messages and verbally or through social media or however it may be, you can start letting people know, we reached halfway and I would love to have you help us bump over that halfway point. Or, we're exceeding our goal. Isn't that great? I would love to continue and really blow it out of the water. So all of that kind of stuff, people feel connected to the mission when you explain a little bit more, when you let them know they're part of this team and that your whole group is working towards a goal. So as long as you're aware of what that goal is, so that way, even if you just pass someone in the hall or in the lunchroom, whatever it may be, you can say, we're halfway, or you can verbalize where you are instead of always having to check your website. As long as you're aware of tracking the progress, so that way it can be really important and make sure that everything goes successfully. So those are kind of the tips and tricks that I have for you. Right now, everything's live. You're able to start making your page. So as soon as we stop here, you can get going with that. I am wondering if anyone has any questions. So the best way to ask us would be just to write it, and I'll give you all a few minutes to see if any of that is going to come into us. Of course, once we end here, if you have questions that pop up as soon as we hang up with you, not to worry. As you can see on the slide here, you can always feel free to contact Amelia. So that's AMELIA at familygivingtree.org. And she can help you walk through any of those technical issues that you might have. If you're interested in learning a little bit more on how to share the page and how to use it, of course, you can contact Amelia or me. Let's see, we do have a question. All right, perfect. So this one is, when will we be receiving our packets for the back to school drive? And so those go out. We have our kickoff events on the 16th and 17th. So coming up here in June, later this month, we have our kickoff events. If you're able to attend events, then you are welcome to come and pick those up. In your email, you should have an invitation, but please don't hesitate to contact us after the webinar if you weren't invited to those. We do apologize if that was the case. But please, we would love to see you on either of those 2 days to pick up. If you aren't able to pick up, we will be mailing all physical materials starting on June 20th. It's great to hear that a lot of folks are combining their physical drive along with their virtual drive. Do you have any other questions? All right, well, Amelia, we must have covered it pretty well. It looks like everyone is all set, so that's great. I just want to thank you all so much for making a difference in the lives of low-income students, especially right here in the Bay Area. If you do have any questions after this, please do not hesitate to reach out. As I mentioned before, you are all set to start with your virtual giving tree. It's live and ready to go for your setup. This recording will be available on our website, so if you would like to go back to it, I would say in a week or so it should be posted online. So with that, thank you very much for your time, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.